The one my heart has gone to mean I want to wait. Eco top. Eco tick. Eco top. Eco tick. Eco top. Eco tick. Eco top. This Eco is a cuckoo in my car.
SoCal approach, expect runway 25 left. CG811 Navy, SoCal approach, with a contact runway 339, thank you. Clear visual approach, runway 24 right, I appreciate your help.
Heading 150, Spirit 404 ready.
Visual approach, runway 311, maintain visual separation, contact tower 123.9 or Endeavour 3748.
4444, turn 10 degrees right, reduce speed 180.
Hey pilots and co-pilots, Brian here. I'm just going to do a little live stream today. I'm with the Southwest livery today on the 737, the Zibo modded 737. I've got a fairly recent build, probably only a few days old, but it's probably not the latest. AudioBird XP sound pack. We've got Mr. X6's KLAX here. We're going to be flying KLAX to KSFO. I think I'm KLAX, or have I gone to KSFO? Ah, I'm at KSFO. Okay, I'm starting at the other end. You know what? We're going to do a flight from KSFO to KLAX today instead. How about that? I'm going to go backwards. I'll have to update my notes later on this. So I'm going to pick a flight, program it up, and just fly. And so come along for the ride, or a bit of the ride, and we'll see how we do, shall we? I'm just going to get inside the cockpit here. And yeah, this has got the I think it's the RG texture pack alterations that they've got, one of their versions that matches the Zibo version I've got, so I've applied that. Yeah, it makes it look a little better. It does affect my frame rates a little, so if we get a little bit stuttery in the flight, I do apologize. So I'm gonna come over into sim brief here, and I'm gonna get us a flight for today. We've got Southwest Airlines, so that's SWA. You know what I could do is actually come over to Flight Factor here, and let's just do KSFO, and let's see what's going on there today. We've got some departures. Usually I would look for something that's going to KLAX. So if I can't find one quickly, I'll just make one up. Sky. Nope. You know what? I'm just going to... Oh, there's one. SWA. Oh, no, that's going to Denver. We don't want to go to Denver, do we? I don't have any scenery for Denver, so we definitely don't want to go to Denver. So I'm just going to make... This is going to be 4473. We're going to be departing KSFO. We're going to KLAX. Ontario International is our alternate. Departure time, I'm going to do for a 310. That's probably okay. I'm going to pick a B737 airframe there, hour and 30 on flight. Supposedly departing runway 10 left and to arrive 7 left, but we'll see. What's the route it's given us here? Well, it doesn't know that one, so... Well, that's a route that it knows. And that takes us across a lot of land here. I quite like that. Should we try that? That looks like it's something to try. So, I'm going to accept that. Passengers. Oh, let's say we've got 20 tons of... We're quite a heavy flight today. We're going to take 1 extra on the fuel. And let's say we've got 139 passengers today. And I'm going to generate my package here. See what altitude it's got us flying at. And I'm going to view the PDF. I like viewing the PDF. I usually save this onto my tablet, but today I'm doing it all on the screen so I can stream. And for those of you that can hear noises in the background, that's a ferry through the window at my local place. So our cost index is 42. Okay, we've got some flight steps there. But 33,000 is our important one there. We're pretty heavy at 152,000 pounds. And we have 14,000 pounds of fuel going on board. Winds aloft is going to be from 264, only 20 knots, so it's very light winds. Okay. This doesn't look too bad. Let's have a look at other information we might need. Okay, so that's going to be our route, whatever you want to call it for today. Let's see if I can select that slightly better. I'm going to have a look at that in SkyVector in a minute. Other things I'm going to need to know for this flight. Let's come down here to vertical profile. So it's got us doing an interesting flight. I don't like that. I think I'm going to see if we can just go straight up. But really about minus 49, somewhere around there. Minus 50. We don't really have a top. It says our top of climb is only minus 16, but really we're then climbing all the way up to here, so it's about minus 50 C. I'm going to use that. Let's have a look at the weather on the way. Light winds. That's at flight level 18. Let's take up flight level for 30,000 feet. That's flight level 300. Colder again. Winds aren't too severe. And a bit of a crosswind, but it turns into a tailwind as we're heading in towards LA, so we should make okay time. Okay, I think I might have to close the window on this side, or you're going to be listening to ferry noises for the whole flight, which will be a bit weird. So, shall we use that to start getting us programmed up? Let's close my video down, I don't need that. And switch back into this. So let's see what we can do. Let me bring us some power. And actually we could probably just use ground power, couldn't we, today? So for anybody who wants to comment on my videos, I can kind of see it. I use Restream.io, and that does supposedly pass the text through. I think there is a slight delay for anybody commenting today, so if it takes me a while to answer you, I am sorry. Okay, I have ground power on. I'll switch that to ground power. That'll do us for the minute. Now, let's do some extras on here. Now then, fuel. I said that was about 14.5, so oops, let's do IRS in a bit. Let's do, it was about 14.5 the fuel. There we go, the plane, you can see it move there as we slightly adjusted in height. And our total weight today is going to be 152,000, so we've got to bring our payload up slightly to account for that. So we're going to say, let's say 45 on here. Okay, 50. No, not... say 47. There we go, that's roughly the weight that it said on the plan. I like that. Now we're going to go and sort our IRS is aligned in spectacular time there, so I'm going to select that one, paste it in there. Hold on a minute while I just go and shut this window. There we go, nobody has to listen to that anymore. So we're doing KSFO. Right, if we're at KSFO, I need to check a couple of things. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to here, and we are going to go to Sky Vector for a minute. I want to just put in the flight plan and see it mapped on there. So this is our route for today. Let's just zoom that in. Okay, it's not too bad. Up here I'm just going to bring up my airport diagram and rotate this map. So ATIS, what have we got there, 118.85. Okay, I'm going to come down to my radios here, and 118.85. Anybody think I just landed here previous flight? So
San Francisco,
let's listen to this, shall we?
Information Hotel. 2200 Zulu weather. Wind light and variable, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 18,000 few, 20,000 overcast, temperature 13, dew point -10. Altimeter 3012. Arriving runways 28 left, 28 right, departing runways 28 left, 28 right, 01 right, 01 left. Advise on initial contact, you have hotel.
Okay, so they're going on 01 right and left and 28 right and left. Interesting. Okay, 3012 was for altimeter, so I'm going to scroll over here and enter that in on this side. Okay. So let's have a look at our map again, shall we? So we've got 28 right and 28 left there, and 01 left and 01 right. Ooh, that's nasty. Would they really run both of those runways at once? That's got to be pretty bad. So what have we taking off from? Let's have a look, shall we? So we're taking off from one left. That's doable. And let's go back to the plane. I'll bring up my map. We're here. Okay. We got an okay taxi, so we're going to do 01 left. That's fine. Let's come back down to here. I don't know what gate we're at. It's not very important for this. We're going to... Yep, we've set that. We're going to do our route now. We're doing to KLAX. We are going to be going from... No, not 10 left. Clear, it was 01 left, wasn't it? There we go. Let's do departure. We're going to look at this. Again, what do I have on here? Dumb 8. Then OSI. Let's have a look. What have we got? It's not one of my options. Oh, this is what you get for having navgraph stuff all out of date, but that's my problem. Not rich enough to pay up for that, am I? 01. Was it 01 left or 10 left we're going from? We're going from 10 left. What did they say they were flying from? Oh god, have I got this the wrong way around? Let's have another listen.
San Francisco INTL Information Hotel. 2200 Zulu weather. Wind light and variable, visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 18,000 few, 20,000 overcast, temperature 13, dew point -10. Altimeter 3012. Arriving runways 28 left, 28 right, departing runways 28 left, 28 right, 01 right, 01 left.
01.
Advise on initial
Okay.
contact, you have hotel.
So it was 01. Why was I thinking 10? Let's turn that off before that goes on again. There we are. We're going down there. Okay, so let's try this again. So we're on 01 left. But we don't get that dumb 8 as an option. Where does that take us? Nope. Okay, there's nothing for it. I'm going to have to do this the hard way, aren't I? They're approaches, these are departures. So we need to go south. Where's that one taking us? Okay, so we go out there. Nope. We could do the offshore one. Maybe we'll do that. Because that's going to take us off out that way. We'll come round. That'll be cool. We'll go above the city and so on, and then we'll come south. Yep, we're going to do offshore one. I like that one today. Ooh. What's our transition going to be? Well, that says OSI on there, but of course... Let's try that. Okay, let's go back to our route. We're going to see where this goes. What about if I put the 87 in? There's going to be a... no. B87 to SNS. We'll tidy this up in a minute and we'll see where we go. Does X-Plane have any decent ATC add-ons? I just got asked the question from Morrissey's Monkey. Not that I've come across yet. The default one I had a horrible time with. I'm just sorry, I'm flicking back and forth here. J88 to RZS. Oh wait, we're already going out to RZS there. There's 187th ATC or 124th ATC. There you go. There's that. I don't actually like it that much. I'm just leaving ATC off until I get brave enough to try VATSIM, although I absolutely despise the audio quality in VATSIM. I've loaded it up and listened in and I can't understand half of what people say, so I find it a very unenjoyable experience using that, so I haven't done that, but I would really dearly love a decent ATC. I'll explain. Hi Kreishu. So I'm gonna wait on that. So wow, so it goes straight to RZS and then to SADI 6. Does this really look like it's that easy? Okay, and what's our KLAX 7 left? And our transition, it doesn't actually say. Let's just guess one. There we go. Activate that. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one with VATSIM. I would love to use VATSIM, but I just don't have time for not being able to understand. It's difficult enough to learn things without not being able to hear people. I watch some people who, like, even manage VATSIM centres. They must use the Force or Mindread or something because they're able to hear, and I cannot hear what those people are saying. I'd be spending my days saying, sorry, pardon, what did you say? It's not my idea of fun. Okay. That looks horrible. What the hell's going on there? Is there a disconnect there? Yes, there is. Okay. Okay, so we're taking off. That doesn't look very good, does it? 6,908 nautical miles. There was a time I would just have programmed that in. Maybe we can go on joyride. No, no. X-Plane costs $60 and probably even more in Canadian. No, I think, yeah, it cost me something like 75 or something Canadian when I bought it. And considering I haven't had to pay a penny for this 737, which is pretty awesome, I get great value for money out of X-Plane. Love it. Some people love to hate it, some people love it, some people love to hate FSX, some people love it. I came from FSX and FS 2004, 2002 before that, but never really got serious with them. Scenery wise, I use Ortho for XP, which, provided you've got disk space, is extremely cheap. Well, it's cost you the disk space and looks amazing in my opinion. Is it perfect? No, but I don't think anything out there is. Right, let's go back to the start. Right, we go out of there. We're going to go out to whammy across the water. Down, down, cut in. Okay, RZS, yeah. And then we're kind of cutting in above KLAX inland, and then we're coming back on that approach in towards it. It's a fair... I'll have another look maybe when we get closer. Let's actually zoom that in a little and see. You know, I'm going to fly with that for now, but then while we're on the flight, I'm going to look at adjusting the flight plan a little, because I will probably come straight across here if I can and cut out the looping back and forth, and also just check when we get closer what runway we're actually using. Because I bet you when we listen in on ATIS, when we get close, that won't be the runway in progress. So let's just try and get us going. Yeah, Ortho does take a lot of disk space. I do have a 4 terabyte external drive now, sitting, filling up. Most of my stuff is freeware. I have a big love of freeware. I actually want to start doing a video series on YouTube where I review monthly the freeware that's come out that month. Different planes, different... scenery, different airports and so on, because there's a lot of people seem to do videos promoting the latest $60 or $70 aircraft, but well, you know what I've got to do is start the APU. But I think there's something to be said for finding out all the freeware that's out there. But yeah, I have probably 2.5 to 3 terabytes of Ortho now, but for me, I didn't really like X-Plane that much. I was a bit disappointed with it until the day I discovered Ortho, and then it was amazing. I never looked back. Okay, just getting the APU up. I'll finish programming the I'll finish programming this now. Right, got a gross weight, our flight level, well, it wants us to go to 17 first, but screw that, I'm going to 330 straight away. Our reserve for 1, our cost index is going to be 42. We'll put 42 in there. Now I need to know my top of climb outside air temperature, if I remember, I said was not 50, that would be terrible, was minus 50 C. Let's put that in there. And we want our cruise winds, which is 264 at 20. Okay, 264 20. In that goes. Now I think I heard it say the outside air temperature was 13. Oops, let's get that right. So we do /13C. Right, we're going to derate our takeoff slightly. Flaps 5, of course. Our centre of gravity on the previous screen I saw was 8. And now, there we go. Our V1 is going to be 142. Our V rotate's 143, so that's almost straight after. V2 is 150. Let's just take that. 150, put that in here. I'm doing things a bit haphazard today. Trying to live stream this is pretty disturbing for me. I'm not used to doing that. I'll get those set. And you know what? I'll get those programmed ready for later. Okay. Yeah, let's switch to APU gen now. Actually, I know what I haven't done. Let's put my brake on here. I'm not getting any passengers on board. They'll take forever. Okay. Let's just double check that I haven't got any vectors in here or discontinuity. No, we were all good. Okay. Let's come up here again. Okay, the fuel pumps are on. We're getting ready for engine starting a little bit. Here's put a trim out on. They're already on. They're on. Let's put AP bleed on. And I'll put these bleeds on ready for later, so say dual bleed for now. Tell everybody to sit down and shut up, and definitely don't smoke. Our altitude today is going to be 330. Oop. This was always one I used to forget a lot. The amount of passengers I've killed. That suddenly everything goes black and we all die. I have killed more passengers than you would believe. Usually on the climb out, I'll be doing something, I'll look away, fiddle with something else on my other computer here, look back, we're all dead. It's just happened more often than I'd like to remember, really. Right. Set that. No, I don't want that. How about that? Rejected takeoff, yeah. What checklist do I use? Sometimes I use X checklist, which is built in, but I'm not doing that today because it takes a long time to click through it. And I do have a printed one here, but I've actually mislaid it today, so I'm just trying to remember. Fun, huh? Oh, actually, so my trim information is 7.68, so 5, 6, 7, yeah, about that. Well, I think passengers are being very quiet on loading today. I think I must have turned that sound effect off. So yeah, sounds are by Audiobird XP, another free download, but of course make a donation because it's freaking awesome. I guess I should put my probe and stuff on if we're going to be starting the engine soon, but I'll do that in a minute. I could of course have made some sound effects of that, so I think we're almost ready to call for pushback and get going. Let's just have a look down here. I'm sure I'm missing stuff. Let's actually come over to my maps. Their approach procedures, departure procedures. I just want to have a look at what we're taking off from. Oh, one left. Or 10. Oh, it's not on there. Okay. Who cares? Like I said, I'm winging it today. Just trying to see if I can get the hang of streaming and flying all at the same time. Seems like a lot to do. Yeah, Sky Vector is very useful. I actually do it for a lot more of my general aviation stuff because you can plan flight routes. SimBrief is really good when you're a big craft, in my opinion, but Sky Vector is really handy for when you want to try and plan routes through mountains or between smaller airports and you're a light aircraft. Okay, you know what? I think we're almost ready to call pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Oh heck, which way was our... Okay, let's cancel that. Let's work out where I am. So I'm going to bring my map up. We're here. Okay, so I'm going to back up out of there and I want to turn... okay.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you
I
want
want to go this way, don't I? Just do to... there. Okay, that should work.
Ground to cockpit. Tower's driving up.
Thank you. Oops. That might have been the wrong one to turn on. Oh well. I guess we're going to be turning those on as well. We've got cabin on. We're on bat bus, APU Jan. We'll turn packs off ready because we're going to start engines in just a minute. Sounds like he's driving up. Shall we have a look? Let's have a look. Somewhere in here. There we go. Let's watch this, shall we? I think it's pretty cool.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Come on then. There he goes. This is quite a cool free add-on, this. The better pushback add-on. Okay, wheels locked in there. We should start to be lifted up in a second. Up we go.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, let's release the parking brake. Oops. Because we've probably done that earlier. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And you may start engines.
Okay. I've turned packs off ready. I'm gonna start with the left engine. And he's busy towing us out. Let's see, there we go, the engine's starting to spin up there. Here it's spinning up. Let's have a look down here. Oh yeah, let's throw some fuel in there. That one's just starting to turn as well. And he's just about getting us lined up. Nice. I love the sounds on this. Doesn't that sound great? Gate 25, we should have put fuel in by now. We have now. Of course I didn't check any of my stuff. Let's just press some buttons up here. Just check that. Yep, they all make the correct sounds. Okay, we have engines running. He's going to ask us to put our park brake on in a second, so I'll just stay in here waiting for that.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Okay, parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
I'll put my taxi lights on, ready. Do I use a yoke or stick? At the moment I have got my trusted 16-year-old Microsoft Force Feedback 2 stick. I do have a yoke, I have a CH Products yoke. Do I get on with it? Not very well actually, so although I should be using a yoke, I have reverted back to a stick for now. I find I have better control when I'm flying. Okay, what am I missing? Probably loads on here. I'm a bit worried. Of course, when I usually record my videos and post them on YouTube, nobody gets to see my cock-up, so I just delete them and start again. But you're all seeing me live here, so I'm a little worried. Okay.
Tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hands leave on the right. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
And have a safe flight.
Okay, thank you. See you next time. Right, we're on con. We're on con. We're off the power for APU. I've not seen that show. What's that? Flight. Okay, what am I doing here? I'll turn APU bleed off. We don't need that. And I can turn my AP off. Right. Is he parked? Wow, he's driving way off. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're waiting forever at this rate. Stop. Okay, let's just check my map. Okay, I'm pointing the right way, so I'm going to go down around the corner here. I'm going to go, if you can see this, down here and around there, and all the way to here to runway 01 left. Turn my map off. You must be out by now. Actually, just drove off. Oh well. I'm guessing that means it's safe for me to go. Okay, brakes are off. Taxi lights are on. Oh, it's a Denzel Washington film. Have I seen that? I don't think I have. On. Yeah, I think everything's good. I think I just heard the APU spin down, so that's good. Which should take us a bit to get going here because we are quite heavy, I think it would be safe to say. Let's steer over. I usually have absolutely atrocious pedal control, so we'll see how we do. It's pretty grey out there, isn't it? That's going to affect my frame rate, so again, apologies if we get stuttery on the flight, but we'll see. And away we go. So I guess we're going around this corner here. This is cheating, of course. It's a pretty grey old sky in San Francisco today, I guess. So for anybody who's joined and is expecting me to fly from KLAX to KSFO, I accidentally started X-Plane at KSFO and I wasn't going to reload it, so we're going the other way. So that's already thrown me for today's flight, but that's okay, right. We're at 13, that's not too high on the nose wheel, we'll be good to go around the corner. A bit more thrust there. I think we're slowing down there. How are we doing on the map? This is a free plugin as well. I've got a video on my YouTube channel about getting this up and running. I love it. Yes, I can use airport maps, but being able to be shown where you are on the map is absolutely brilliant. Love that. Don't usually travel around this bit of the airport very much. This is different to see. Again, yep. You know what, I'm gonna actually change onto this taxiway now. Can I do that? Around we go. I don't want to stop. I should check for other traffic, but seeing as I'm not running any AI traffic right now, I don't have to worry. Once I've saved up enough pennies, I'm going to buy world traffic and get that running. But yeah, San Francisco I am at right now. But yeah, there's no other traffic. A bit unrealistic. Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whack the throttles up a little high there. And how are we doing? Nice. Oops, let's have another look. So I'm coming down here. That's not the next left. You want second or third left. It's like sat nav for planes on the ground. Is that a thing? Okay, oh, I know what we've forgotten to do. 1, 2, 5. Just check, are they coming down? Yeah. Simulations have come a long way since ZX81. Yeah. No kidding. My first flight simulator that I flew was the 747 simulator on the Acorn BBC microcomputer Model B in 1982. And there was certainly no graphics involved. It was just a bunch of readouts. Actually loaded it up on an
approaching 01 left.
Thank you. I loaded it up very recently, and wow, no wonder I didn't know what I was doing, because I still didn't know what I was doing. But it was certainly interesting. And my second one was Aviator, also on a BBC microcomputer, 8-bit, 32K RAM, wireframe graphics, and you flew a Spitfire supposedly. I don't think I ever managed to do very much in that, but it still inspired me. Those were the days.
01
wireframe
left.
graphics. Okay. Our flaps are set. We've got VNAV and LNAV set. Our initial altitude I'm going to set to 5,000 to get that out of the way. Speed set to 150. Flaps 5. We don't want our speed brake isn't armed. I turn on my runway lights. Taxi lights off. Strobe to steady and strobe. What have I forgotten? There's always something. Always something. But it's too late. We're going to unfortunately crash and burn, or it's going to be a success. So, throttles up to 40%-ish on here. Check everything's balanced. Well, that's good.
On runway.
Alright, alright. Stop making me
left. On
toga.
runway 01 left.
There's no going back now. Okay, put bit of forward pressure on the stick to hold us down. I hope that's not distorting in everybody else's speakers. Maybe I got the sound up too loud for everybody. 80 knots. Okay, here we go. I'm wandering a bit. We're committed. Okay, V1's about to come. Rotate. Pull back cleanly. Ooh. Positive rate. Gear up. Try and watch my flight director. Gear is now up. We're climbing out over the bay. I can see San Francisco over there in the distance. 1,000 feet. Okay. Bring the flaps back to 2. Just turn slightly to the left now. Try and keep pretty much on board with the flight director there. Oh, that cloud's really socking in, isn't it? I was hoping to do some sightseeing, but this is not looking good. So I've still got to come round. Trying not to immediately whack it onto autopilot. What is my airspeed? It's, yeah, I'm probably speeding to be over the city, but it's got me going up to 250, which is ridiculous. For over here, it would really be low, isn't it? If anybody knows, please tell me. But you know what? I am gonna stick autopilot on because I do want to do some sightseeing right now. Okay, so whoa. It should be under 250. I'll have a check in a second. There we go. It's downtown San Francisco there. Quite a lot of ships coming out and around. Look at that, isn't that a thing of beauty? You can just see the Golden Gate Bridge in the distance, and we're throttling down there to keep us around 240. Baseball diamond down there. I wish I knew what all the places were. Let's just check inside, so I'm getting a bit nervous here that something funny's going on here. Oh, I see. I'm just seeing what the route is it's got us doing here. What is my PC? It's an old i5 4690K, which is slightly overclocked. It's overclocked to 4.1 gigahertz. It's got water cooling on it. It's about 2 years old now. And I have a 960 GTX NVIDIA card. Nothing more than that. That is overclocked as well, about 160 megahertz on the GPU. So it's not a lot. I don't have a top-end machine here. This really is. I've got the settings are medium-high. They're not top. The resolution is 1080p. I'm using SkyMax Pro for the clouds. Again, tweaked not to be the top settings, but I found a setting that seems to work for me. Yeah, so that's my PC. It's okay. I'm hoping we turn soon. Why are we weaving back and forth? Sorry, I've got to figure out what's going on here. Are we totally off course or something? This just looks odd. this behaviour. And now it's taking us around this. It's like it can't find the course. What's going on? I might have programmed in a really crap course here. I'll trust it for now. So we're staying bang on 250 here. Not too sure why it's got me going this way. Let's see. Which doesn't look good, does it? If anybody's watching us from the ground, you've got to be pretty concerned because we're just weaving around all over the place here. Where's it got us going? How about if I make it go straight to whammy? Will that help it get less confused? I think it will. Oh, we're now up in the clouds a bit. Yeah, I think the flight plan's activated, but it's just having a moment. Yeah, I'm just cutting out that mess. There we go. I think it's like we were almost over the top of it and it was trying to get us to fly over that waypoint. It's just might be a slight bug in that version of the Zibo mod. Who knows? Yes, it probably is an AI taking over moment. Well, it's getting misty, so let's have a look outside before we're disappeared into the clouds. So I'm not altogether sure where we are again now. I think we've just gone round in circles. We're lapping ourselves. But I have a way to find that out. I'm going to bring this up. 4, 5. There we go. Let's zoom in. The way on Google Maps. Yeah, this has been our flight plan right now. That's pretty nuts. So yeah, we took off down here. We swerved all over the place. And now we're coming back across. Oh look, it does look like we'll be able to see Alcatraz again and the Golden Gate Bridge. That's nice. So, if I do satellite view, there we go. We're probably actually about here. This is usually a little delayed in updating. But yeah, I just gave everybody the sightseeing tour of, yeah, there we go. So Alcatraz is over there in the mist. Golden Gate Bridge is just ahead of us here, downtown. Yeah, totally meant to do that. So we're getting up to the clouds here. It is pretty misty though, isn't it? And you can just see KSFO in the distance. So we took off and then just went all over the place. I want to see Golden Gate Bridge. There it is. I will get back to flying the plane in a minute. I do like to sightsee. How do I get the Google Map? And so again, another free plugin. Like I said, I love my free plugins. I have a video of it on my YouTube channel. The guy that developed it, I absolutely love it. It's a little Java app. You can run it on another machine. It means you can view that map on a tablet or any other PC device in your house. Oh, the clouds suddenly cleared again. At least we can see the bridge. Yeah, so you launch this little Java app. You open up one of your data ports in X-Plane and it pumps the data through, and then you can render it on any device in your house that connects to that instance as a web browser, and up it comes. It's really cool. I think it's called Google Moving Map, but yeah, on my laminar flow Gaming channel. If you can find the video, I talk about how to set it up, and I have a link to the download off xplane.org. And there's the beach. Is that a nice beach? I have no idea. I've never been to San Francisco. It's on my to-do list. There's a lot of golf courses. 1, 2... Is that like 4 golf courses altogether? Right. Enough of that. Let's fly the plane. Haha. Look what I'm about to do. Kill everybody. I didn't have my packs on. Done that before too. Like I said, I've killed my passengers so many times doing that. You know what? My logo can go off. Nobody cares about that. We're on Gen 1 today. We're on back bus. Those are on. Power's good. Got probe heats. I don't think we need engine de-ice right now. Fuel pumps are on. Let's check our details down here. Flight director's got us on. We're still at 5,000 feet. Okay, ATC's now cleared us up to 12. So we should start climbing again now. Up we go. Well, we got us programmed up, we got us in the air, and in general, we didn't have too much of a problem there. We have loads of fuel, our engines are steady, that's now set to off from RTO, auto throttles armed. Yeah, I think that's good. It should, I think it works. Our duct pressure for both engines is being provided, what's that, about 40? And when you have the APU on as well, that's definitely off. iWalker 15s. We have quite a few people on. I'm really pleased, and I hope the stream works okay for you. I'd love to know. Ooh, heck. I wonder if that why that even let me take off. Okay, I've got my hydraulic pumps on too. See, there's always something I forget. Good to see loads and loads of people watching. I don't think I've ever had that happen before. So thanks everybody. That just adds to the pressure. Okay, we're still stuck at the 5,000. Ah, there we go. Oh, and straight into the flipping clouds. Well everybody, here's the most exciting flight ever. Come and watch me stream a plane in the clouds. That's one of the problems I found with this SkyMax Pro thing. As you rotate round, the clouds all rotate with you. It's nauseating. As is me changing views constantly. Right. Let's track ourselves. So we're almost at Whammy now. So I've got the RG mod on as well, that Russian guy's developing, so you get scratches and dirt on the glass here and it reflects slightly differently, and it looks pretty good. Yeah, damn weather. Oh, right. There we go, that's locked off. I'm always really worried when I do that I'm going to accidentally click it down and deploy a landing gear by mistake. We're up at 7,000 feet, 8,000 feet. Again, I feel like I'm missing something. Can anyone see anything that looks weird? I can't. We'll turn our landing lights off at 10,000. So somewhere down there, I'm guessing, is San Francisco, or at least south of that. And I can't even brag about my ortho for XP because you can't see anything. Let's have a look. Where are we? Okay, we're currently coming out to sea. So San Jose is there. And I guess we're then going to come down and cut back across towards LA. We're on the way. We're just through the cloud layer. That actually does look pretty cool, I have to say. You know what? Yeah, I turn my fasten seatbelt sign off and let people walk around now. 1,000 to go. Okay, ATC just cleared us up to 33,000. Look at that. Aren't they good? I would love to do this on VATSIM, but like I said earlier, for those of you that are on the flight then, I just have real trouble with the audio quality. I haven't even tried to learn because I know I'll just spend my time asking again and again what people have said, or them not being able to understand me. It's just too much of a put off for me. Although I have read somewhere that they're supposed to be going to update that and have a much better audio quality in future, that they've got some new codec they want to use. But I guess then everybody has to update their plugins and yeah. So we're just skirting along on top of the clouds here, which of course, this being X-plane, they could all just suddenly disappear in an instant. So I use the NOAA plugin, free plugin again, which gets the weather, but that doesn't always mean that it works. It doesn't really do a smooth transition from one area to the next. It does jump. So this is the boring bit of the flight. But I'm just going to look at what my screen information is here. Yeah, I've heard that VATSIM supposedly are going to update. So I've got too many PCs around me here to try and work out how to make this all work. Have I used the terrain radar? It's there. Hopefully it won't tell me there's any mountains right in front of me. Yeah, I have the terrain radar and the weather radar when I want to use them. Is that coming on? I'm not even sure that works right now. Yeah, that's the latest version, I think 1.9.1 for the terrain radar. So we don't know what runway we're going to be coming into. You can promise me that you can hear the ATC on VATSIM. I know. I just hear lots of fuzzy speech and it's just like, oh. If I was rich and had lots of time, I would of course pay for Pilot Edge maybe, but you download, so who's this? Falcon 56, I downloaded this morning, but I haven't yet installed the sound pack. Hold on. You know what? Yep, it's to do the Zibo mod and the Audio Bird XP thing is pretty damn easy. I have a video of that on my channel if you need some help on that. Installing the RG mod, it was alright, it was logical to kind of do it. I used the lower frame rate or the lower quality textures to overlay some of them. Altimeter setting, oh, it must be above 18,000 feet. Look at that. Yeah, so I use the slightly lower textures, and it does put all of the scratch glass and like, there's real texture on the seats here and lots of other tweaks. Between them all, they make a very good experience. But Zibo and AudioBird XP, between them, they make such a great aircraft. Let's turn all my lights off here. Okay. So our fuel is good. Our engine's pretty pegged. I thought I was supposed to be doing thrust reduction, but those engines are flat out. So I'm not sure I believe that should be the case. You know what, maybe I'll try VATSIM really soon. I'm just not brave. Okay, so I can see land over there. Ground speed's 362. We've got a headwind, well, a crosswind really, of 19 knots. That's not very much. And 6 nautical miles till our next waypoint. Okay. Oh, we're already well above on the altitude. That's fine. And we get a bit of bump. If it gets too bad, I will make the passengers sit down. And up we go. The sky looks good up here. So according to this, I have about like 8 or 9 people on watching. Well, thank you everybody for watching. It's kind of awesome. I'm used to streaming by myself, which is why I don't do it very often. So we're still climbing. We're doing very well with climbing, actually. Yeah, the clouds don't look too bad. I do have, look, you can see beyond them, I have a very limited area for my clouds. Again, my PC is not that powerful. But again, they can be repetitive, and like I said, the one fault I find with this is that as I move the aircraft, they rotate, all the clouds rotate. Which is a very strange effect. But when you're inside, they look okay. So the one thing I did say we wanted to look at while we're at altitude is, I'm actually going to go back through to step through. We have this oddity coming up here. We go down the coast, and we hit top of descent, and then it gets really messy down here. So let's go and have a look. The sounds are great. Oh, yeah, the sounds are amazing. Do that sim, it's not that hard, and don't be a chicken. I'm a total chicken when it comes time to talk to other people and get it right. Like I said, even live streaming is tough for me because I can't just like say screw it, stop the video and start again. You're all watching me live. I don't like screwing up live. I like screwing up when nobody can see me. Right, so let's work this out. Okay, so we could go from Sadie straight to Murmur. Ah, Bay Street, that's funny. It's just about where I am. Bay Street, so that takes us all the way there, and then we come all the way back, out over the ocean, and then back in again. I'm not going to do this until I can maybe find out what runway I'm supposed to be coming in on. Switch over to here again. Where are we? Oh, there we are. So we're out over the sea right now. We're nearly at 30,000 feet and our ground speed is 400 knots. I imagine we'll cut across soon. So there we go, we can still look back and see our awesome takeoff where we just got completely all over the place. And then came back out. So I wasn't planning to do an ocean flight here, but we are. Does this count as ETOPS? Probably not. Just check that my stream's actually working. Is it? So apparently I try and stream this on Twitch and on YouTube, and I have no Twitch viewers. Oh, screw that. Or do I? One or two, maybe. Is there anybody on Twitch watching me? Apparently I have a super chat option in YouTube here where people can pay money to comment on it. Why would they do that? Is it okay? Because I really don't know. Oh, we're turning. Let's go back inside. What's our waypoint? Okay. So we're now kind of cutting back in towards land, I see. Still way above the clouds. I kind of want the clouds to clear away so I can enjoy my scenery that takes up terabytes of my hard drive space. Okay, we've finished the turn. Oh. You would have thought we'd be throttling down about now. I guess we're just accelerating up to 280 here. These poor engines have been going flat out. I was sure I had this set up as a, oh well, it's too late now. Can't really hear the announcement there. But he's busy telling... oh, sorry, me being the pilot. I'm busy telling the passengers we're now cruising at 33,000 feet. Thank you for everybody for dropping in. Our flaps in. Yep, flaps are in. Like over here. 0. But for some reason, my D rate on the engines didn't take. It really is awesome. Thanks everybody for watching. It's nice not to fly alone. So this is just the easy, boring bit until we get nearer LA. The vid's not loading for me anymore. Oh dear. Let me just look at my stats on here. No dropped frames. Low latency I've got it set for, so you shouldn't too many problems. Maybe do a refresh of the screen and see if it just reloads. Is it illegal to record real ATC? I don't know. I've done it before. I listen live and I record it. I don't think it is, because don't people record it and make it available for historic playback? Although saying that, it depends which country you're in. It's probably legal in the US. Might be legal in Canada, but places like the UK, it might not be. Don't know. We're pretty bumpy up here right now. Let's have a look outside. Just do some fancy views, shall we? You see, yeah. I mean, it depends what country you're in for recording, I think. It's like in the UK, it's illegal to listen to police broadcasts or any services like that. Even though the channel's down broadcasting, you're not allowed to listen to it. And yet, I know that's not the case elsewhere, like in Canada and in the US. It's other camera views we got. Oops. It's a bit better. Nope, that doesn't look very good. I hate this. That just looks so unrealistic. I'm just going through my camera views. Yeah, I got to redo all my camera views. My ex-camera views got messed up. Let's not bother. Got a bit of wing flex going on here though, look at that. Isn't that cool? On my winglet there. But the thing is, in the US it's probably illegal to listen to if it's encrypted and you try and decrypt it. Every country has its own wacky rules on things. I know many years ago when I lived in the UK before I moved to Canada, the police did do a sting on people that they knew were listening into police frequencies, and this was down in the south of England, near an area called Beachy Head, and that they actually shone lights up into the night sky and then discussed over police channels about a UFO sighting. And you'd only known about that if you were listening in on police channels, and then they arrested people who turned up. Kind of entrapment in a way, but yeah, it was basically like the only reason you would have turned up to this location would be is if you were listening on the police channels and had heard about this UFO. But that was probably like 25 years ago that happened. I think these days they probably have encrypted channels so they don't have to worry. So now we can see some of the ortho. Sorry it's bouncing around, we've got a bit of turbulence up here. I do have shadows turned off. Before now it would have classed cloud shadows onto the ground, but I just can't justify the frame rate for that. The engines sound like they're surging a bit there. Look at that. That's odd. Well, I think the police in the UK did it. It was purely that you shouldn't have been, you know, maybe they had issues with people listening in. I mean, I guess one of the reasons why police services don't want to be listened to is that's what the criminals are going to do. Am I using XN? What's that? Not sure what XN is. Are you allowed to video the police there? Honestly don't know the UK law for that anymore. I think so, but I don't know. I haven't lived there for 16 years. Wow, what's going on here? Why is my auto throttle going nuts? Severe turbulence, I guess. Well, I'm going to leave that for a minute, but how long have we got until top of descent? Let's go check it out, shall we? 118 nautical miles. I'm going to make people sit down if this gets much worse. Retry climbing. Now if I do, is it level change? Would that... Does that let us go up? Okay. Let's just see if that was a turbulence problem. Oh, X-Enviro. No, this is SkyMax Pro. X-Enviro didn't exist when I bought SkyMax Pro, and then I just got SkyMax Pro. I don't have the real-time weather plugin. I use the NOAA free plugin, which is why the clouds are only so many miles in front. Right here I have my boundaries set pretty low. It's not perfect, but it does. I think there's positives and negatives for X-Enviro, but that was $70 odd and I'd already paid for this. It's illegal under the Wireless Telegraphy Act to listen. Ah. I was breaking the law all those times when I was a child listening in. There you go then. No listening in. So I used to listen into the police when I was a kid and listen into emergency services and the aircraft. We used to have a little handheld transistor radio, a Prince TriStar radio that I was given when I was about 7. And I would listen to all the aircraft flying over heading in towards Stansted and Heathrow and Gatwick from Europe. I used to love that. Tuned to the KLAX beacon on the east coast in East Anglia. And at that time I didn't even know what it was, but I worked out that it was Morse code, and then worked out from the Morse code what the beacon said. I think that's where some of my interest of aircraft came from. So yeah, we're now at 34,000 feet and we shall stay there. Put it back on VNAV for now. We have 96 nautical miles to top of descent. Should we have a look to see where we are on the map? Ooh. So we're just going to be crossing over land soon. Morro Bay is what's ahead of us. Morro Bay State Park. See, I like this plugin because I get to do part flying and part sightseeing. Again, the engines are throttling up and down. What a strange day we're having. You can still listen to taxis, pizza deliveries and buses in the UK. Well, that's always fun to listen to, isn't it? I actually have as practice, before I chickened out and didn't do VATSIM, I would listen to live ATC for various locations to just see if hearing the natural lingo, I guess, of air pilots would just stick in my brain and seem natural. I'd sit at work typing away whilst listening to it. ATC. I just hope the guys I work with never figured that out, because that's pretty nerdy. In fact, that's very nerdy. Okay. The engines are surging up and down, which is a bit crap, but we'll let it happen. I doubt the weather's got very much to say, because I would assume with us heading south, the weather is getting better towards LA. This is very strange though. 83 nautical miles to top of descent. Well, it's coming on quite fast, isn't it? So what I'm going to do, we have some quiet time. So what does it, well, they always, I can't remember what it is, you've got to stay ahead of your plane. So let's try and stay ahead of our plane. So we didn't follow this flight route at all, because we're basically coming in this direction here. In fact, across here right now. I'll probably join up about there. So what was that ding for? Sorry, let me go back. My plane just dinged at me. There's nothing on there. Nothing on there. Why did it ding at me? Don't know. Okay. So let's just... So, what's our ATIS? 133.8. I'm just going to get this programmed in for now. Let's hope that's actually the same as in real life. I'll switch that over so we'll eventually pick that up. Yes, it is getting hotter as I approach LA. Good. I want it to be nice and sunny by the time we arrive there. So we're actually over land again now. Let's have a look down there. One of the coolest things I found flying over mountains was the first time I flew into KSFO at night around San Francisco, was the roads through different hilly areas. At night, suddenly you could see the headlights of cars driving around. That blew me away. That was such a little detail that looked great. It's like I might have a slightly missing bit of ortho or something in the distance there. Something strange is going on the horizon. But we're still up there. Yes, what a difference it does make. Oh, look at that. There's a bit I didn't generate properly. That's pretty bad. That's what it looks like when it doesn't work. You got a patchwork of fields down there, and a city. What's that? Shall we look it up? Ooh, not that low. Hold on. Santa Maria. So this is Santa Maria, and that's Santa Maria Airport. Okay. Go back to cockpit quick. Why? What am I missing? I'm sure it's all fine. It's a bit misty, but yeah. Okay, so there's Santa Maria, and so the airport is somewhere over there. There it is. That's where we're flying by. Very realistic. And suddenly all the clouds disappeared. Ah, good old explain weather. So how long till we start a descent? Can't be that long now. 48. We're zipping along. I'm already getting nervous. So, I'm going to bring that down in advance, because that's another mistake of mine, is I forget I've left my altitude set and we don't descend soon enough. Okay, I've let everybody walk around for now. What's going on there? Something funny's going on with the pressure. Did you see that? Look at that. There's something funny going on this plane. It's not just me, look. Ooh. Maybe it's a bug in this version of... or is that... Look, we're just oscillating up and down. No? Let's just say it's a bug. I'm going to ignore it, okay? That's what real pilots do, right? Well, I'm going to do a 30-degree flat landing when we get that. .37 nautical miles to top of descent. No way would I do a live broadcast on this monster of a plane. I know what you mean. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm doing this right, but we might get down alive. Next time I'll pick something smaller out of what I've got in my flight. My flight choices. Something little GA one. But the problem is it takes you so long to get anywhere in that. Who's going to sit there for 6 hours while I'm flying? Last time I did that, we got bored and somebody spotted that there was an aircraft carrier off the coast, and we all ended up going and landing a... we were in the Baron 58, I think we did... Or was it the King Air C90? But we ended up landing it on the deck of the aircraft carrier, and we managed to carry a takeoff as well. That was pretty cool. Which inspired me to one of the videos I made. It's on my channel somewhere, where I actually landed a space shuttle on an aircraft carrier, and we nailed it as well. It's really good. It is possible. Just. It was pretty steep descent, and of course you can't go around. And then my next one was actually to use one of the aircraft. I can't remember which one I used now, but it does it's a short takeoff and landing little light aircraft, and we managed to actually land it on an oil rig. I was able to, with that pretty strong headwind I set up, we were actually able to land on the helicopter pad on the oil rig. That was a lot of fun. It took me about 10 attempts to get that to work though. Wow, there's still 12 people watching apparently according to my stats, so thank you everybody for watching. This is all new territory for me. I've never been that brave to take this plane up live before. Oh yes, 13 now. Okay, we've got RZS coming now. And then we're going to be turning more inland. People give you strange looks when you say you flight sim. Yeah, I know that. Heck, I program computers during the day and I fly flight sim. Could be I be any more socially unaccepted? But screw it, I love it. So that still doing weird stuff up there. And we're turning. I've got it set to be able to do some pretty steep turns right now, but okay, I'm definitely getting nervous for the landing now. Oh, made a bit of a stutter there, but some clouds are coming in. There we go. Oh, my PC just paused. That's one of the things with the Zibo mod on the 737, is you can set it to pause just before top of descent. So it does allow me to do this and go and spend maybe 20 minutes with my kids, and then I can come back and do the second half. I let it do the boring flight at 34,000 feet, and I get to do the takeoff and landing. So it's quite neat. You can set it to pause so you don't come back and find yourself in the ground, which I've done before. Okay, I'm getting jittery now. Yeah, it's funny. Some people are like, why would you fly a flight sim? It's like, I don't know. I don't really want to run around a Second World War thing shooting people with a gun or beating people up, but flying something technically detailed like this is so cool. Why wouldn't you want to do it? Oh, you do Truck Simulator. I've never done... I nearly did. I actually bought Train Simulator because I kind of like trains as a kid, but unfortunately I found that the most tedious thing ever. I did think about doing a stream with that because I played it once, and I should do another stream just as I try and explore it, because... Oh, do we need drag? Yeah. I thought we might. Drag required. So, we'll start on our descent. It's going to be a long journey down to the ground. Yeah, I tried Train Simulator, but it's not for me. I mean, I know with this, yes, I'm on autopilot right now, but I can fly it if I want. But Train Simulator, it's like, you don't get any choices apart from how fast or slow you go. I can't really get into that. Yeah, I got one of the farming simulators. That's kind of fun. But I've always been a plane buff at heart, I think. Lots and lots of awesome air shows as a kid in the east of England growing up at all the British and US Air Force bases assured me of that. Just to hear certain planes go over puts a chill down my spine. Admittedly, most of those aircraft aren't flying anymore, but it's still amazing. You know, some of my top flight memories as a child, I remember sitting with my family outside a pub near Milton Hall Air Force Base in an evening and actually hearing and then seeing an SR-71 Blackbird climbing up into the sky, into the sunset, off on a mission. And that's not something you forget readily, is the shape of that magnificent aircraft. Climbing away to go and fly over Russia or somewhere in the Middle East at Mach 3, point whatever. It just blows my mind that they used to do that. To see a Rockwell B-1B bomber sitting on the pad with full throttle, setting car alarms off. Yeah. F-111 screaming over the top of you when you're playing around in the fields, flying over at 200 feet. DCS is cool too. Haven't got into DCS yet. I do have it installed. I'll be honest, if I was going to do anything with that, I would probably get the Normandy stuff I've seen that's got the Spitfire add-on. Because the Spitfire is one of my favourite aircraft. The Merlin engine is one of the most beautiful sounds ever created of anything. And I do feel I would want to do that. But only so many hours in the day. And X-Plane, I think, fills me for that right now. There's more on this to do than I ever get to doing. Okay. Actually, I should put that back in and arm it. And the throttle can come down. I was actually throttled up there. Okay, I'm going to cheat right now. Because I'm not cheating, but I need to check what ATIS is. 135.65, because sometimes the maps don't add up. My charts don't add up. Yeah, you see? 135.65. It didn't add up to what I'd seen on the actual real world chart, so sometimes I have to do that. Right. Oh, there we go.
Information 0 super weather. 260 at 18. Visibility
So let's do 25 right. I'm going to change my approach for that. Do that. I'm guessing that's actually going to work. We're probably way off course right now. In fact, I'm not sure I will lose enough altitude quick enough, but I've just totally changed my approach there. Probably just broke things horribly, didn't I? I don't want that. Hold on. I gotta work out what I've just done. What happens if I put that there? Just gotta work out where I am. One moment, everybody, while I screw up my flight. I think I might have just balked things up a bit there. What have I just done? Yeah, there's never quite enough hours in the day to actually fly flight sim. I'm not sure my wife truly understands. It's like I come in to say I'm flying flight sim and she comes in 30 minutes later and I haven't even taken off yet. Like, you've just been sat there. I can understand that though, it seems wacky, doesn't it? Right, so we're heading south. Sound not good. Or in general, you can't hear me? What's going on? Okay, so I'm just trying to work out what my flight plan's showing here. See, why is that saying 104 nautical miles? Just broken my flight plan. Ooh. I think I zoomed out a little far there. Hold on, everybody. See, I'm not far out at all. Holy bugger, no, I'm way over the airport. So where's it got us going? Okay, well, we're just going to see, because we seem to have suddenly gained a huge amount of distance here. Okay, we're descending. Okay, thanks. Just somebody said sound's not good. It's just... I know the engines are throttling up and down, but we're ignoring that. The engineers will fix that when we're on the ground. I'm sure it's their fault. So... I know, I'm not losing altitude. Why is that? Good point. I'm flying over the city right now, heading inland. That's okay. Now, for some reason, VNAV is now... That's a bit insane. No, that's better. Let's just do this the old-fashioned way. Okay, drag. Do a bomb run. Yeah, I've done that before. Who wants to go around? I'm just going to put this on the ground no matter what. You come screaming in. That always ends well. Okay, let's put the drag out. We are descending now. Yeah, my vertical speed's now set to... I'm going down 1700. It's fast, but not insane. I'm just trying to work out where we are. I need to zoom this in a bit, hold on. See, this is why doing it live sucks, because you're all watching me screw up. Okay. So we're heading right out. We're riding over LA International Airport right now. And then we'll be coming back later. Shall we go to sea view? I'm just trying to make it so we don't fly hours. I wonder if I can do it. If I go to sea view. You're learning from my mistakes. Watch throttle and speed use, speed hold. Well, yeah, right now I am on, actually, I'm bringing my speed brake back in. I'm set at 240 and I've got my vertical speeds at 1700 and I'm going to bring me down. Right now I've got 7600 and I'm just trying to work out on here where I want to go. Trying to bring me in closer. Let's see if we can do this. I'm just going to try and scream down onto the ground. And in actual fact, if I switch this back on, I need my altimeter settings.
Los Angeles INTL information in here. 0 Zulu weather.
I think it was 3009.
Visibility more than 10. Sky conditions 7,200 view. 9,200 broken. Temperature 2.1. Altimeter 3006.
3006,
Arriving
okay.
runways 25 right, 24 left, 25 left, 24 right. Departing runways 25 right, 24 left, 25 left, 24 right. Advise on initial contact, you have India.
I wonder if I activate VNAV, whether it will deal with
Los
that.
Angeles INTL information India. 000 Zulu weather. Wind 240 at 12. Visibility more than
Nope.
10. Sky conditions 7,200 broken. Temperature 2.6. Altimeter 3007. Arriving runways 25 right, 24 left, 25 left, 24 right. Departing runways 25 right, 24 left, 25 left, 24 right.
Yeah, that's not working. If somebody's not hearing sound, I'm afraid it's on their end, I think. Because I have people who are actually able to listen. Oh, sorry if you can't hear it. Right, okay. So VNAV is screwed right now. Because the plan is to have me at 14,000. You'd think it should go to that, but it put us into a climb there. So that's not an option. I'm still not convinced this is going to work. I could probably cut as close to sea view actually now. You know what? ATC have just given us a direct to sea view here. There's mountains coming up. Let's look at the terrain radar and see what that looks like, shall we? Does that work? Let's put that back on. Terrain. So I'm actually going past all the waypoints. Let's look at where we could shortcut ourselves. Tanks 9. Like, okay, let's go for tank. Yeah. There we go. We're going to cut short. We'll come across. Oh great, we're in the clouds. Okay. So, a bit of drag out to bring us down. So right now, ooh, look at the sunlight reflection off this glass. That's actually quite cool, isn't it? Is nav1 set up? Not yet. So I am going to maybe cheat because I'm feeling like that right now. That's 24, right? Where's 25 left? 25 right. Treble 1.1. Okay. Hopefully in this turn it will help us scrub a bit of altitude off, because we're a little high right now. We can do this, we can do this. It's like we've got some evening sunshine as well coming into LA. This is good. Hello LA. Let's see on the map where we are, shall we? There we go. So we came right out over here. We came above KLAX, and now we're swinging around and we're coming into this approach straight in here. So we'll be going Montebello, Huntington Park, Inglewood, right into the airport. There's a golf course down there. What are we doing? Why are we doing this? I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Okay, it's having... Okay, it's adjusting us onto Musk. Musk? No, music. God, Musk. Stupid me. Right. So we want to be at 7,000 feet by the time we get to that. So again, I'm not trusting VNAV, so I'm just setting my altitude directly as ATC would instruct us to if we were doing this anyway. We've got plenty of ground ahead, but we're kind of over the top of the mountains there, so I'm going to turn terrain off. Okay. And below 10,000 feet, I'm going to put my landing lights on, ready. We're in the clouds a bit, I can't really see a lot right now. We've got, let's just check. Nav 1 is set, treble 1.1, treble 1.1 and nav 2. 284 correct for the ILS, no it's not. That will be my next thing, thanks for reminding me. 251. Okay. Okay, and our next point is going to be 5,000. They're an add-on, the SkyMax Pro. At the time I got them, they were pretty much all that was available, but I'm happy with them. Get that ready. Okay. I'm actually going to start using 1 degree of flap to drop our speed way down. Again, I would love to click on VNAV and hope that it would follow the flight plan. Should I try it one more time? Okay, that makes me happy. That means I can... Well, then again, it's taking me down over 2,000 feet a minute. Slow down, slow down. Right. Drag required. Oops. I've got drag out already. We're doing everything we can to slow down right now. We're also, I mean, the glide slope showing early, but that's way too early to... How's to go? Okay. I think our missed approach for here is 3,000, so we'll set it down out of the way for now. We're pretty high for setting on the glide slope though. Surely it doesn't work that far out, but... Right. Coming up to 5 degrees of flap. Are we ready for that? Not really, but we'll see. Oh, there we go. Glide slope. Yep, we are. I got it. It's lit up. going to be a bit early with gear down. Let's just have a look from outside, shall we? I can't help but enjoy outside views. So we got a drag on that to try and get the speed down. And our flaps are slightly down. Okay, and our speed's coming back on. Right. Now. Nope, wrong button. Yes, drag required. I can clear that message. I can look at this. We've selected 149. Okay. We're at 15 degrees of flat. So I can now bring my gear down. We're not going to go to 30 degrees of flat just yet. You can see LA over there. Looks busy with lots of traffic. Gear 1, 2, 3, all three green. Okay, gear is down and locked. Does it look alright? Okay, so it's a pretty hazy evening coming into LA. Fair bit of traffic around by the look of it. And LA looks a bit built up. That's again, I think it's like there's a whole LA VFR thing somebody's done. What I'll do is once this video is finished processing and uploading to YouTube, I'll try and find the links to all the different things I use in this video. Okay, so you can follow it. But yeah, somebody's regenerated the Google SketchUp buildings of LA and then publish them as a package in here. Okay, we're a little bit faster, but I'm happy with that. We're at 30 degrees of flat. Our gear is down and locked. We're on the glide slope. My landing lights are on. Actually, you know what? I never did. Oops, I never made everybody go and sit down. It's a bit late now. We've got anti-skid auto braking. There's 2. I'm not sure if this runway is set up for an automated landing, but I could try it. But you all want to watch me crash and burn, right? You forgot this was live. I haven't, trust me. Everybody's watching me. I feel very nervous. It's like doing my driving test all over again. But with 23 of you on the feed. No pressure. Approach VREF not selected. Now why does it always say that? Because I have selected it and it's 149. There we go. I'm not ready to turn the autopilot off yet because I'm chicken. Okay. Is speed brake armed? Good. Okay. Sit down and shut up. Yeah, that's my... When I turn the seatbelt sign on, that's what I mean. Well, that's not set. I just want to put that back to 0. That worries me. So that's set to anything. 251, 251. I'll make my heading as well. 2500, okay. Here we go. I feel like I put my gear down way too far out. Let's have a look with the city in the background. There we go. Oh, doesn't like the outside view, does it? We're a bit stuttery. It's a bit cloudy here too. There's lots of traffic. Alright, down there. Okay, runway's in sight. Diamonds are in place. We're on the glide slope. I'm going to be brave. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to disconnect maybe about 600 feet. And I'm not flying it all the way in. We won't make it. The freeways look pretty empty. Is there something good on TV? Is that why everybody's at home? I wish that sun wasn't glaring in my eyes. It's bloody annoying. Okay. Single channel. I can see my pappies just about. What's going on? Why do we look like we're coming in too low? Is it just me? We look like we're off to the right slightly. 1,000 feet to go. Just remember to breathe, Brian. You can do this.
1,000 feet, stable distance,
okay, I'm slowing down a little bit. 800. We don't expect nothing less than perfect. Oh, thanks. Pressure. Explains ILS are off. I don't know that they are on. I don't know. I've landed this runway before and it has been right. I'm just feeling a bit spooked today.
Approaching 25 right.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, computer, for telling me that. I didn't already know. Okay. Oh, and then all the weather changed and messed me up.
500.
Okay. I've got control. Haha. Famous last words.
400. 300.
Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa.
200.
Okay. Just a little bit of control there now.
100.
100.
50. 40. 30. 20.
Oh, floating a little.
10.
Flat. And we're down. Spoilers have deployed, I could hear that. I'm not using reverse thrusters because I can't reach the button. And I missed that turn off, but we'll go for the next one. Did you hear that? I got a round of applause from the passengers because we survived. There we go. Nailed it. I wouldn't say nailed it. Let's just tidy up the aircraft a bit there. Yeah. Welcome to LA. Oops. Oh, now for some reason my computer's freezing, unfortunately. Yep, and for some reason I can't turn those lights off. Oh well. I'm just going to blind whoever's on the ground around here. Well, thanks everybody for coming flying with me. And welcome to LA, where the weather is, well, nice. And the time of day is, I don't know. 10 to 5. Where can I go and park? How about down here somewhere? Oh. Trucks going around all over the place. Actually, is that a spot there? It's park where you like, isn't it, right? Just try and follow the instructions of the little man here. Again, I can't turn my lights off, so I'm just going to have to blind the poor man. Oh, I'm near enough, aren't I? Pay and display, yeah. I'm pretty sure I've got a reservation, okay? Come on. Oh, I've stopped. I stopped too early. I'm a premature stopper. And... oh, come on, come on, come on. I can't see him. Oh, there we go. Right, okay. Parking brake is on. Let's just quickly... okay, we're on APU. We've got APU bleed. Okay, that's good. Okay. There goes the throttles. And they're bringing the ramp in to load the passengers up. Well, we've survived. But something's wrong. Alright, there we go. APU gen. Okay. I'll switch to ground power in a minute, but thank you very much everybody for flying with me. I'm going to shut down this feed in just a second. If you're on YouTube and you know what my channel is there, if you subscribe to my channel, 90% of my stuff's videos, and I talk about all the things you saw today. And thanks ever so much for flying with me. I'm going to do this more often. I think this might become a Sunday thing. I spend a couple of hours trying not to crash and pretending I know what I'm doing. Isn't that what we all do with Flight Sim? So thank you ever so much everybody who's commented, and I look forward to seeing you again online again soon. So yeah, from me, that's good night. Yeah, thanks everybody.